Hello guys, good morning. I am ready for the weekend and I'm sure that you guys are too. Since I've been covering Love Meg, I looked back at some of her older content. I've talked to some of you guys about her older content, people that have been watching her constantly from, 5-6 years ago when she started on YouTube. And in between those two things, it gave me the idea for this video to talk about humble YouTubers, not humble YouTubers, remaining humble as you gain monetary success on YouTube. And I find this topic to be really interesting, and I find Love Meg to be a great example of what YouTube financial success can do to some people and how it can completely ruin someone's, their relatability factor, how they interact with their subscribers, how they treat their subscribers, how they look at their subscribers. So I find this all to be very interesting. And we're also going to go by Starbucks this morning just to reward myself for getting through the week. And since Love Meg thinks that she is as important as Starbucks, we're just going to hit the drive-thru on my way to the office. I've thought a fair share about YouTubers that participate in flex culture and are heavy consumerism channels. There's a few different channels on YouTube that I think of, and I tie them to being heavy consumerism channels. One of them are clean with me, decorate with me type channels, because they're constantly showing products, what you have to buy. This is going to be the best cleaning product you've ever had. They're really heavy in consumerism. And beauty channels are very heavy in consumerism, obviously. And that was one of the first things that started to turn me off from beauty content, was just all of the products that they were constantly shilling out. Constantly, oh, this is the best foundation. Oh, this is the best brush. You have to have it. And I just started to get turned off because early on I was buying into a lot of it, and I would watch a video and I would immediately go over to Sephora or Ulta and buy the product. Of course, assuming that I had the money to spend. I wasn't doing anything if I didn't have the money to spend. But if I did, then I'm like, yeah, I have to go buy that eyeshadow. I have to go buy that mascara. I have to try it because this influencer said that it's so good. I've got to try it for myself. And I quickly recognized what I was doing. And once I did, it really turned me off. But there are a few genres on YouTube that I've come across, and I'm sure that there are others that I'm just not thinking of, but these like lifestyle channels, beauty channels, clean with me, decorate with me type channels are the ones that kind of come to the top of my mind. I'm not saying that if you like those types of channels that you're doing something wrong. Obviously, I'm just telling you guys kind of my journey with it and what I saw. And that's also part of the reason why I stopped making as much beauty content, because I didn't ever want to feel like I was selling to my audience constantly. Again, personal decision, moving on. When I think of a lot of these YouTubers that start out as channels like Meg, let's just use her as an example. Early on, she was living a very modest lifestyle, like all of us do. She was showing in her house tours, she used to show a lot of hand-me-downs and thrift stuff and pepper in some like Dollar General cheap finds. Now when you look at her channel, it's constantly just hauls and not showing stuff that she has repurposed, traveling, going on these vacations that most of her subscribers can't go on. The Dyson vacuum. It's just a night and day difference from where she first started. And all of us grow and change. I also want to get that out of the way. It is well known that if you spend 6 years on a platform, you're going to change. And you're going to be a different person 5 years from now. I will be a different person a year from now. Now, it might be the way that I talk, or the words that I use, or the content that I'm making. But when you're talking about changing from being someone who is relatable to 90% of your audience, and then all of a sudden you're relatable to about 10 or 15%, that's where people start to get turned off. And I'm not speaking for everyone, but I would say the majority of people can see what I'm kind of getting at here. But when I really think of the YouTubers who start out like that and then become successful financially, there's something very common that I see with a lot of these YouTubers, and that is the concept of new money. And I'm sure most of you guys have heard of this before, so it's not breaking news. But when you think of new money versus old money, I think that I used the term old money when I did my Middleburg vlog, because if you guys don't know, Middleburg is the type of town. You guys can go check out that vlog if you want to. It was almost a year ago, because I remember I went in May. When it comes to old money, that's the idea that you have money that has been passed down through generations, and it's money that is usually more appreciated because it's been in the family for years. Maybe it's your grandfather started a business. Maybe the business took off when he was 20 years old, and now it's still generating money, and that's the money that you and your family are living off of. That's the idea of old money. And not all the time, but a lot of times old money is just appreciated because of where it came from. When I think of YouTubers, I constantly think of new money, because when you think about it, a lot of them are people who have come from nothing. A lot of these YouTubers have come from nothing, and they have found financial success on YouTube, which is always super exciting. But because they came from, and I don't want to say nothing, because most of us are working a job and have a normal, we have a very middle class lifestyle. And once the YouTube money starts coming in, it puts you in a position where you can go on all the vacations, and you can buy a lot of things that maybe you wouldn't have been able to afford previously. A lot of people just don't know what to do with that. They see the money coming in. They know that they're portraying a lifestyle to their audience, and your lifestyle can be transferred into content, which will get you more money and more views and a bigger audience. It's all kind of just this constant wheel that is in motion. And the other problem is, I think a lot of them lack true self-awareness to the point where they can actually remove themselves from the situation and look at the way that they are portraying themselves. How does that look to my audience? How does this look to people that have been following me for 2 years, 5 years, or longer? How is this making them feel compared to what I used to be? I need to run to Whole Foods real quick and get my rosehip oil, so that's what we're doing now. Just real quick, and then we'll go to Starbucks. All right, you guys, I got my oil, and Trilogy just ended up rebranding like their logo and stuff, so it looks a little bit different, but it's the same thing. And I know that there are other brands that have organic cold pressed roseseed oil. I tried the one from The Ordinary, and for some reason it broke me out like crazy, and that was the only new thing that I introduced to my routine, so I know that it was that. I have no idea why, but unfortunately, the Trilogy one is just the best one that I've found. I love the Passion Tea Lemonade. You know, honestly, I don't frequent Starbucks very often at all. In fact, around the holidays, you know, I'll usually do a little bit, but I could really take it or leave it. Yeah, so the whole idea of old money versus new money, I do think that it really is in line with what we see from YouTubers. When you have people with new money, it's kind of like they don't know what to do with themselves in a way. You know what? I think I'm going to go in because this line is really long. All right, you guys, I am all done. I got my Passion Tea Lemonade here. I definitely told them light ice, and that's not light ice, but you win some and you lose some. Really not that serious, so making a left out of here is going to be impossible. So anyway, guys, I'm going to make my way to work and have a good day. So let me know what you guys think about all of this. I really think that the problem that we see with most of these YouTubers is just the fact that they have come into new money. The fact that they've come into new money and they don't really know how to handle it. We see YouTubers go from really humble people that are living just like you and I, and happen to pick up a camera and share a part of their day with us. And we see that transformation to, oh my God, look at the money that I'm making. Look at all the things that I can buy with it. Making improvements is really satisfying, and that's awesome. But when it crosses over into starting to be this heavy consumerism, heavy advertising, a million different products, constantly look at how I'm spending my money, and you start to get into a little bit of that flex culture too. That's where you start to isolate people. And you know, a lot of people, once they feel like they can't relate with you on any level, that's when you'll see YouTubers, or that's when you'll see your subscribers checking out. And you know, once your subscribers start checking out, if it's one person, it's probably many, and it will only grow if you continue to make them feel isolated. So either way, those are my thoughts. I think that the problem is just that it's new money and they don't know what to do with themselves. So let me know what you guys think. So for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.